Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Crates. Welcome back to my channel. It's Manga Monday Reviews, and we're going to take a look at Komi Can't Communicate, a slice-of-life romantic comedy, which is kind of different from what I normally review. But I actually have a very personal interest in this, especially when it comes to the main character, Komi. So what is Komi Can't Communicate? Well, it has been written by Tohito Oda, and it focuses on a teenage girl by the name of Komi, who's starting her first day at a private high school. And everybody is in awe of her because she's very beautiful, very elegant. You know, she's pretty much that girl in school all the other girls wanted to be. And she comes across Taidana, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not sure, probably messed that up. But he is a very average guy. He's like the normal school kid. There's nothing extraordinary about him, nothing, that makes him stand out. He notices something different about Komi that he hasn't noticed in anybody else, and that's the fact that Komi, can't communicate. She has really bad social anxiety, and every time somebody comes up to talk to her, she freezes and she can't say a word. And she kind of just will take off, and the other people will sometimes see it as her being stuck up or snooty, and it's not true. And as somebody who, especially as a kid, suffered from social anxiety, I understand that a lot. It's really hard when you want to communicate and all the words are in your head, but they're not coming out of your mouth. And it's frustrating. And when I was younger, it was a lot more frustrating because back then they didn't really diagnose that type of thing. It was just chalked up to being shy. And over time, I got better with it, but still once in a while now, it'll hit me. Like I remember the first live stream I did, and that was on Wes's channel, Thinking Critical. The reality of being on YouTube, my mouth, I froze like 1,000 times, and I felt really bad. But it's just what people with that kind of condition suffer of. And what is great about this is she finds a friend who recognizes this in her and is more than willing to try to help her. And the goal they make is by the end of high school, Komi hopes to have 100 friends. So he sets out to help her make 100 friends while also helping her get over this anxiety issue. And I mean, they don't shy away from exactly how bad her anxiety gets. I mean, it even goes into points where she's laying in bed thinking about that day. Why didn't she speak up sooner? Why couldn't she respond right away? It's true, because you just get really angry with yourself and you're just like, why couldn't I say anything? I mean, they're asking me the question, I had the answer, but it wasn't coming out of my mouth. That's pretty much what social anxiety is. Now, there is differences between me and her. I mean, she's this really beautiful teenage Japanese girl, and I was like the odd kid in an American school. But it's that little quality that you kind of sit here and go, yeah, I know how that feels. I know it's like frustrating. I know that you don't want people to look at you as being something like you're purposely doing it. And the friends she makes all come to understand this. And I've only read the first 3 volumes. I understand this goes all the way up to 24 volumes. I think only 17 are out right now. But I'm going to definitely continue this. I hope it keeps on track. I know there's an anime. Have not watched it. Don't ask. Have not watched it yet. I was kind of wanting to read at least 7 volumes before I start that. But art-wise, the art is really interesting. I like the art style. It stands out from other mangas. When I say that, because a lot of people who do manga sometimes try to replicate some of the more famous designs. And I like to see that more and more manga people are breaking free of that and trying to do more and more of their own style. And that is great, and I like the style in this. I don't know anything else written by this author, but I'm willing to check it out. If you recommend anything, go ahead, put it down below. I also like the covers on this because the covers pretty much tell you the story you're going into. And it's really interesting because it always seems like Komi, even though she's surrounded by people, she's kind of like in her own world, like almost like alone, but not really alone. Like she's lost in her own thoughts. And they're kind of really good. As you can see, I did get a few more volumes, which I'll show you at the end of the month in my haul. And they're all kind of like her always looking over towards the reader. They're really nice. I like the designs. I like the story. At points, though, I do kind of wish, like, it kind of gets repetitive. I understand because of the topic of the story. But I do like seeing that they're not shying away with how dealing with social anxiety is. And for this character to be kind of like trying to fight her way through it and trying her best to break out of that shell that she's stuck in, and trying to be a good friend to these new people who are willing to give her a chance. And it's nice. I highly recommend it. It's, I would say, for probably teens and up. I don't know if younger kids would understand this as well, but it's a very wholesome manga, and it's kind of like a nice break from doing the regular action, superhero type stuff, sci-fi, horror, supernatural. It's really just kind of like a chill manga. Sit back and read it. And as somebody who's dealt with what she's going through, I completely relate a lot to this, despite our cultural differences. And I kind of sit there and go, yeah, that happened to me all the time. Yep, I completely get it. And it's just like, I applaud her that she had friends, because when I was younger, I didn't have anybody who wanted to turn around and say, let's be friends, because I think they just chalked it up to me being weird. And it's lonely. And I'd like to see them explore this more, like maybe go back to when she was younger and how she was dealing with it. We'll see. I only read 3 volumes, so I'm going to continue on now that I have more, and I hope to get the rest. I will probably complete this as a series, but I do highly recommend it. So check it out. Go ahead down below, comment, tell me, have you read Komi Can't Communicate? Is there anything else like it that you recommend that I should read in the future? I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, check out my live streams, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.